Yeah, but they can't hear you, bro. So
Oh, hello, Mr. Fresh and Fit. Sorry, am I too slow? So, okay, sorry.
yeah, what's up?
I'm a bit of an outsider here, so just context. I'm Persian. I grew up in the UK. I've moved to Miami, so I've been.
Welcome.
I haven't heard of you before.
Okay.
My first.
That's good.
No, my first question is, I can tell this is a little bit controversial. So, in the current climate, would you be comfortable on the street having this debate in New York or LA?
Well, I've done street debates before. I'd have no problem doing it in New York or LA. No problem.
Okay, because I just feel like personally, I've moved down to Florida from London. I feel like over here, people are a bit more relaxed about things. It's not extreme. However, what's your view on? I've heard tomorrow that there's going to be a bit of a gathering in downtown.
For what? For the immigration? Or
I don't know what it's about, actually. I don't know. I've heard it's protests in LA, but I've heard tomorrow something in downtown. Do you think downtown Miami tomorrow is going to be like LA right now, or what's your opinion on that?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know. We're not.
Predict?
Miami is kind of a bit more conservative than LA is. LA is very blue. A lot of weird wokies over there. But I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't a demonstration in Miami. We have a big immigrant population here.
Do you think there are wokies in this crowd right now, and that's why the police are here?
I'm sure there are. I'm sure there's a lot of people that probably strongly disagree with some of my views here. You know, I've said that I don't think gays should be able to adopt children. I said Israel's not our greatest ally. I think we need to go hard on deportations and have strong borders. I'm sure a lot of people here disagree with some of my worldviews. And that's fine.
So I was talking to some people about the whole situation with LA and deportations and stuff, and again, I'm neutral, so I don't really have any views either way.
Yeah.
So how I see the situation in America is like I'm in the US on a high skill visa. Okay, so I get
on a what visa?
A high skill visa. I'm here on a
Like an O?
L1,
Okay.
EB1. I'm gonna migrate, so
Yeah.
I have the high skill, but do you feel that the US doesn't really have a route for low skill labor to come here legally, or do you think they do? That's my question.
So your question is, do we have room for low-skilled labor?
No. Do we have do you think the U.S. current immigration system provides a appropriate legal avenue for low skill labor to come and work in this country?
Well, I mean, we do have visas in place for people that want to be migrant workers, farmers, etc. And we do have other visas where people can come here and get a trade and, go to school or whatever. The thing is, I think we need to start limiting that, though. I think we need to prioritize U.S. citizens getting jobs over trying to import foreign labor to cut costs for big companies. This is why I'm very anti-H-1B visa, right? The H-1B visa is nothing more.
I'm not an H-1B, by the way.
No, I know you're not.
Yeah.
But that's an example of what I mean,
Yeah.
where it's like these visas are kind of to game the system and give jobs to people from third world countries and allow them to work for a fraction of the cost and lock them into your company. A lot of tech companies, abuse this visa. So I'm against, prioritizing foreigners getting jobs over American citizens.
Okay, so you think there is room from reform in the visa process and system?
Yeah, the entire immigration system needs to be reevaluated. We're getting beat on all ends. And my thing is, for those that are wondering, I'm like a hardcore American nationalist.
Okay.
So I dislike our foreign intervention in the Middle East. I think we need to stop supporting Israel. I think we need to stop supporting Ukraine. I think we need to focus on the United States. And when I say America first, I truly do mean that. And that means, prioritizing American citizens, even if that means that companies have to pay a bit more money, bringing trade back over here and businesses here and infrastructure here. And quite frankly, people like Elon Musk and et cetera, these billionaires, a lot of them are globalists. They're not nationalists, right? They're for H-1B visas. They're for cheaper labor. They're for trying to increase profit margins. My thing is I think we need to focus on the United States and the American citizens. And quite frankly, that's where we need to prioritize.
So do you agree or disagree with, so there's one agenda that Trump's been pushing, which is for NATO nations to increase spending on national security as a percentage of GDP to 2%.
We need to leave NATO. NATO's a big waste of money.
So you think the US should decrease its military spending in terms of the size and relative GDP? Because right now it's quite high, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think NATO is a big scam. I think we should pull out. Let the Europeans defend themselves, and we focus on taking care of America, right?
Okay.
We're too involved in other affairs.
Okay,
you know?
so on the matter of other affairs, what's your position on 51st state of Canada and maybe even going further and 52nd state
Canada's
of
a
the UK?
failed nation. They're a failed nation. They're cooked. You know, they're a socialist country. Their major cities are being overrun by immigrants.
Yeah.
Crime is rampant. Their dollar's worth nothing. You know, honestly, Canada is they're cooked, and that's where we're gonna head if we don't fix our situation.
So you think we should be? I mean, the American. I'm not American right now.
And no offense, the UK is cooked too.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
UK is cooked.
I'm so happy to be in Florida right now. I came from London. I came to Florida. I can see it myself. Like a lot of my friends in Europe, they have different views on the US. They think this place is full of crime. They think this place is no healthcare, nothing. So I mean, what do you want to say to people in Europe who are scared of America or they think it's not a good place?
Well, you know, we're the best country in the world. I mean, if you want to work hard, you can absolutely make money here. It's a capitalist society. We're the strongest nation. Yes, we do have a lot of crime, but here you can at least get a gun and defend yourself versus being on the streets of London and getting stabbed by some Moroccan. So, you know, the reality is a lot of these people want to come to the United States because there's far more opportunity here. Even the first world countries, the Five Eyes, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, England, we have far more opportunities than all these other countries. So, you know, that's my take on it. But is there anyone else? Because I know.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
No problem, man.